So y'all requested me to do a tattoo video talking about all my different tattoos and explaining any meanings behind them to you. So that's what today's video is going to be about. As requested, here are my tattoos. So I guess we'll start with the very first tattoo that I got. And the first one I got was not a professional tattoo. It was done with a little needle and some ink from a pen and just going into my skin a couple 100,000,000 times. It's actually on my foot. Now I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. That is a little pentagram that I got done when I was about, I don't know, 17, because I used to practice Wicca and I don't anymore. Not because there's anything really bad about that particular religion. It's just not for me. I don't feel the calling to it anymore. I'll put my sock back on. So that was my very first tattoo. And I've actually had quite a few of those like ghetto done tattoos, but the majority of them have been covered up. That's the only one that hasn't been. Now my very first professional tattoo was this one right here on my arm. That little spider skull guy right there. That was my very first tattoo. Not the web, but just the little spider. It did not hurt in the least bit. The arm does not hurt at all. For anyone who's wondering, at least the outside of the arm doesn't hurt. That's like one of the least sensitive spots. I also got spider web that goes around it. I used to have my son's name, Draco Ryan, tattooed around the little spider, but that was done with one of those little ink and needles type thing. So the spider web covers it up, and you actually can't really see it at all. So they did a good job covering it up. This one right here, it's not an evil Hello Kitty, okay? It's actually from a postcard that my husband gave me when we first started dating. And I found it in the basement. See? It says, "Face it, crazy people are hot." And he gave me that postcard about 2 weeks into when we first started dating. And I was like, hey, that'd be a really cute tattoo. And on the back it says, "Baby, this is for you just because. Smile, I love you." And it says, "Isn't this a cute card?" Aww. When we first started dating. How sweet is that? So that's what that one. It's not an evil Hello Kitty, no matter how many people say it. It's not an evil Hello Kitty. See the little bats right there too? They don't really have any certain significance. We were just kind of trying to figure out what to do. Some more stuff on that arm that would match the little kitty, and my husband was just Googling bats on the internet and he found pictures of those and he's like, hey, that'd be cute. So I was like, you're right, that would be cute. Let's do it. So that's why those are on me. Not all of my tattoos have a special meaning. In fact, most of them really don't. I just like to decorate my body, and there's nothing wrong with that. Every single thing don't have to have meaning, alright? This one right here, it's a little bat. Ooh, isn't they so cute? Aww. I got that done for a birthday present from my boy G, who does his own tattoos. And he's actually done a lot of my tattoos. So he's pretty awesome. He's a juggalo. So he's down, and that makes it even better. I have this on my arm. It says, "Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves." Romans 12:10. And then there's a little cross with a heart. That one does have special meaning to me. I do consider myself Christian, and that's a very important verse because a lot of times, you know, we want to get angry with the world and put out all this hate, and that doesn't help anything. Hating doesn't help solve anything. You know, you gotta remind yourself that you need to love one another. You need to put others before yourself, and I think that's really the secret to happiness, because you see that you're making other people's happy, and in turn that does make you happy, and it just comes full circle. So I like to remind myself of that, especially when I get angry at strangers and stuff. I'm just like, alright, chill out, just relax. Okay, so that's a good reminder for me. And then right below that on my wrist is my husband's zodiac sign, and he's a Pisces, so that's like two shark fish guys. And if you flip my arm around, you got on the other wrist my son Colton's zodiac sign, and he's a Cancer, and it has his birthday, and then around it has his letters which spell out his name. So I would say that's pretty sentimental to me too. I got my husband and my kid on that wrist. Let's go to the other arm. So this is my half sleeve, and I'm gonna do my best to show you guys because it's kind of hard on a webcam. We got a girl coming out of a skull, some smoke. She's got little stars on her boobies. A dragon here that's kind of wrapped around her a little bit, kind of like pulling her out of the smoke and the skull. And then we just got some stars and a little background. Then we got a little moon skull guy right there. Just thought he was cute. Some more background stuff. Some flames down there. And then on the other side, like the inside of my arm, there's two fighting dragons. And there's a little bit of a special meaning with that. The girl represents me, and I'm like coming out of a dark place, and that's why she's like coming out of a skull. She's coming out of a dark place, and then the dragon stands for my son. His name is Drake, which means dragon, and he's pulling me out of that dark place. And she's nude because she's being like born again. She's creating a new persona. She's creating a new self. And that's kind of what my son did for me when I found out I was pregnant and he was born. I completely changed my life around. I used to be into a lot of bad stuff and going down a very bad road for myself. But from the day I found out I was pregnant, I just fell in love with my son. And he brought me out of that dark place, and he pulled me out, and I became a new person. So that's the meaning behind that one. And then all the other extra stuff is just to be pretty because I like bright colors and I wanted to do something different than everyone else. Half sleeves were always like really dark with like the spiral type flowery stuff with the shading in the background, and I just kind of wanted to go the opposite way and really be really bold and bright. And I haven't really seen anyone else with something like that. So that's why I went that route. I've got this one on my wrist on the same side of my sleeve. It's my other son, Drake's zodiac sign, and he is a Virgo. So it's his sign with his birthday, and I got his name wrapped around it as well. And you flip it over, and that's my zodiac sign, Sagittarius. One of my most favorite pieces that I have is on my chest. We've got two guns here with roses, and they're like aiming towards my heart. And they're doing that for a reason. It's because the guns are protecting my heart. And I got that before I ever met my husband, and it was just kind of like, it was right after I left my ex, and it was just kind of like a statement to myself that I'm going to protect my heart from getting hurt like that again. And so that's why I got the guns there. And then right here on my chest it says L'amore non manca mia, and that's Italian for love never fails. And I got that done because that's what's inscribed in me and my husband's wedding rings, and he's Italian, so I thought that would be a nice little tribute to him, and I got that done. It was actually a wedding present from my old tattoo artist. I'm going to show you this one right here, but I'm going to change into my bathing suit top so you can see it all. And here is the one on my chest that kind of completes this piece. And I'm going to scoot up a little bit. Basically, a snake and a rose and a flame. And actually, this one was a cover-up. And that covered that up. That was one of those little ghetto ones I did. We've done my arms and we've done my chest. Let's go down to my legs. I've got this one right here, and it says Jimmy, because that's my husband's name. A zombie chainsaw girl with blood all over her chainsaw. I think she's really cute. That one doesn't really have any special meaning either. I just saw it when I had a MySpace page back in the day, and someone posted it on my wall. It said something like "Have a great day" or something on it with that little character. So I'm like, oh, that's cute. I'm gonna put that on my leg. Then I also have this little skull clown jester dude. That's another cover-up that I had done. I had like another Ghetto Done tattoo that was my zodiac sign. And that's all I've got on that leg. I plan on getting a lot more, but my legs are kind of bare compared to the rest of me. Pretty much because I hated my legs, because that's where I carry all my weight. But now that I've lost the weight, I'm totally planning on getting some meat done on my legs. See, there's this one, which I am kind of embarrassed about, actually. I saw it online on the ICP webpage, and it said Year of the Axes, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, Year of the Axes. Yeah, I'm gonna get that tattooed on me. So I thought I was doing it in honor of ICP, and come to find out, like a couple weeks later, it was the symbol for the winners of the contest that they were having. So that's their symbol. I don't like them. I don't like their music because they're all like, I'm gonna fuck your mother and blah 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 blah. I'm not really down with people talking about fucking my mother. I plan on getting that covered up, and I actually have the cover up that I want done picked out already. Just a matter of getting the money and the time to do it. So the other one on my leg is my camouflage hatchet man. Whoa, whoa. He is the symbol for Psychopathic Records, which is of course ICP and Twisted and all that. And since I am a juggalette, I got the hatchet man tattooed on me, and I did it in camo style because I love camo. So, and that was another cover-up as well. I have a lot of cover-ups from stuff I did back in the day. I don't suggest doing those kind of tattoos. They're called jailhouse tats. And no, I didn't get them when I was in jail, but I totally do not recommend you guys getting those. Alright, so we covered my arms, we covered my chest, we got my legs. The only place I got left is my back, which happens to be a favorite part of me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around and show you guys my back, and I'm going to do a voiceover telling you the writing says on my back. Here's the tattoos on my back. What it pretty much is we've got a stone angel on one side, a stone demon on the other side. In the middle is the Sacred Heart of Jesus, and it's a really, really old tattoo, so it's pretty faded and stuff. And actually, like right after I got it done, we were supposed to retouch it up because the red didn't stick too well, but it just never ended up happening. And now I don't talk to him anymore. It's not the best looking tattoo, but there's that one. And then the rest of it, the inscription is from a Corinthians passage in the Bible that was read at me and my husband's wedding. It's the entire scripture verse. And then on the very bottom, I just kind of got like an evil fairy looking type chick sitting on a skull with some flowers, and that was a cover up too. I had kind of like a half done mushroom on my back, and to be honest, it kind of looks like a dick going in my butt. Not the most prettiest tattoo to have, so I got that covered up with just pretty much anything that the dude had in the shop on the flash that would actually cover it. So that's why I got that one. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers, and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith, so as to remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give away all I have, and if I deliver up my body to be burned, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient, love is kind. Love does not envy or boast, it is not arrogant or rude. It does not exist on its own way, it is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. As for prophecies, they will pass away. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part and we prophesy in part. But when the perfect comes, the partial will pass away. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I gave up childish ways. For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I have been fully known. So now faith, hope, and love abide, these three, but the greatest of these is love. Got you guys here talking about my tattoos and whatnot. Let me just answer a little question for you guys that I get all the time. People ask me, did my weight gain or my weight loss have any negative effect on my tattoos? No, not one bit. In fact, I'm going to put up a picture of what my back used to look like right after I got my tattoo. I was at my heaviest of 190 pounds. As you can see, my back looks different, but the tattoo doesn't. It didn't mess anything up. All of my tattoos that I have, I got either when I was thinner and before I gained the weight, or while I was heavy. And I don't think they had any impact at all on my tattoos. Yes, I plan on getting more. I got a ton of tattoo ideas in my head that I want to get done. And I will eventually get done once I get the money to do so. It all comes down to money, you know? So, there are my tattoos. I hope that you guys enjoyed taking a peek at my body and seeing all my tattoos and hearing all the non-meanings about them. Bye!